Welcome to Her Path to Success, brought to you by the Arab American Women's Business Council. My name is Tahara Saad, the Vice President for this year. And joining us again, we have Farah Merhi from Inspire Me Home Decor. And make sure this is part 2, so make sure you watch part 1 where you hear a little bit about her journey and how she created the account and grew it. And now I'm more interested to see, where was the turning point in this where you realized it's not just a page? I want to turn this into a business.
Yeah. I think I would say it all started back in, so I started Inspire Me back in 2012, and it was only about 2.5 years ago when I realized that I needed to take this one step further. As I mentioned in part 1, I get on my Inspire Me page, I get a lot of engagement from my followers, and I get to see firsthand what they're looking for, what they're responding to, what they feel is missing out there, and what are their needs. I would get on a daily basis messages from my followers saying things like, I wish you could come over to my house and design my home. I wish I could send you pictures so you can tell me what to do. And I realized fast every day that people they have a vision of what they want their homes to look like, but they really don't know how to execute it, or they're scared, or they get overwhelmed, or they just don't know how to put colors together. They don't know how to put patterns together. They don't know how to mix and match texture. Is it okay to mix gold and silver? So I had this huge struggle trying to figure out, how can I better help these homeowners really create the sanctuary they deserve? And I came up with 3 ideas. And I ran with them. So the first one was to continue to do what I do on my platform, which is to inspire via pictures and videos. The next one was, why not start a home decor monthly subscription box service where I pick out home decor pieces that work together in a vignette and put in a box, where our subscribers receive the box. It's all about the experience. It's like a surprise every month, a gift for themselves. It's like a decor at your door. So you open your box and you have these beautiful pieces. But even then, people, I think, would still be confused as to how to style it. So we would put styling cards in there where we would style them and take pictures and give them different ideas of how to style these pieces. And I launched that about a year ago. And then the next piece to the puzzle, and that was going to be a huge one, was to design my own home decor collection and furniture collection. Wow. I truly believe that this was the way for me to reach people nationwide without having to be in their homes and doing the work for them through my collections. I envisioned my collection to be a representation of my style, which is what they were responding to. Glam elegance, budget friendly, but still very cozy, inviting, bringing that warmth to your home, and most importantly, quality wise. That was very important for me. I put myself in their shoes. So the next step for that was to find the right partner to do this with. So we reached out to QVC and we pitched them the idea, and QVC, luckily, it still gives me goosebumps when we went in the meeting. They loved the idea and wanted to partner up with us. And I launched my first ever home decor collection on their platform a year ago. We just celebrated my 1-year anniversary with them. And through that, I was able to offer people a home decor collection. With every collection, it all ties back together. So whether you are wanting new pieces, you can get those pieces from my collection. They're very versatile, very elegant, beautiful, and make a statement. It complements any design aesthetic and style. Or if you're also looking to completely update your room, you can do that through my collection. So basically, you're getting the designer look with the designer work without the designer being in your home. So that, for me, is so humbling to say that I'm able to do that, because that was my vision from the beginning. As followers shared their needs, I wanted to kind of continue to help them and give them the tools, and being able to do that through my own collections that I design is just, I can't even begin to tell you how humbling it is.
It's exciting to see, because that's what you started it for, to inspire people.
Yes.
And what better way to inspire them than actually give them the products?
Yeah. And I always
show them
say,
how to use it.
Yeah, and I always say it's inspired by them and designed for them.
I like that.
Thank you.
And one of the things that I think is very important is and I keep saying this because there's so many things that are important, but it's the fact that you didn't wait for someone to come to you. You took a risk on yourself, another risk, and you went out to them and said, this is why you need me.
Never wait on anybody. Believe in yourself enough to go for it and take a risk. And I'll give you a little example. When I came up with the idea with the home decor monthly subscription box, I reached out to a brand to do this in partnership with. And they liked it, but they weren't willing to take the risk, and they said no to me flat out. This was a pivotal moment for me. Do I take that no and feel sorry for myself and say, oh my God, they didn't like the idea, so it must be a bad idea, I'm not doing it? Or do I take control of the situation and do it on my own? I decided to do it on my own, and it's been a success since, thankfully. So now I look back and I say, well, I got to do this all on my own, and I don't have a brand to connect back to, and I can do this in the best way possible and continue to connect with my followers through my subscription boxes. So it was actually a good thing that they said no to me. It really was. I mean, no hard feelings. I really, truly believe that they gave me the drive and to succeed and to show them and say, okay, you said no, but you know what? I'm going to show you, what you said no to.
What you missed out on.
What you missed out on.
Right.
And so I'm sitting over here and I'm telling you this. Don't take a no as a sign of, I shouldn't do this. Don't let it make you change your mind, or don't let it take your passion away or your drive away. Just find other ways to do it. Find other ways. That's why you have to believe in it so much, because that drive will take you places.
And find out why.
Find out why.
Get feedback. And that's something that we should all do whenever we have any failures or no or some roadblock that pops up. Find out why, get the feedback, and then figure out, do I need to alter it or stick with my vision because I believe in it?
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because I can't tell you how many times I've fallen. As an entrepreneur, I've fallen over and over. And I don't think there's a successful entrepreneur out there that can tell you that their journey was seamless.
You've never failed.
No. And how are you supposed to learn what works and what doesn't if you don't stumble and fall and get no's and get doors closed in your face, So I had to so whenever we stumble as a company or whenever we feel like, okay, well, this idea that we're working on wasn't necessarily a great one, what do you do with that? That's very important. This is a very important learning experience for you, where you say, do I shut down or do I reach out? And I ask the questions. Why wasn't this successful? Why didn't you like this? Why was it a no? It could be completely different reasons than what you actually thought it was. And you'd be surprised. And so when you get these answers, take that formula and see what worked, and take that feedback, mix it in together, and create a more successful formula that will work.
Right, because at the end of the day, you specifically are designing for them.
Exactly.
So you want to make sure that they're happy and they enjoy what they're getting.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I've designed my collections, and the collection has been successful, but there'll be times where maybe one piece that I thought everybody was going to love, they don't. And that's okay. This is my time to kind of look at the feedback, see why they didn't like it, how do I fix it, how do I come back with another collection and make sure that every piece is a successful piece that everyone loves. Again, it's all about perspective. How do you see these failures, and how do you deal with them will set you apart and make you the success that you can be.
Something that I think we all struggle with as well is, while we're taking that feedback, how do you deal with the criticism? Is it constructive or just outright horrible criticism and hate?
You get both.
And then how do you deal with that? I mean, personally, how do you handle it? And then also professionally?
Yeah. Look, I call Inspire Me Home Decor my fourth baby. I really do. Because I built it from the ground up. I'm invested in it with my heart, with my soul. It's a piece of me. So it's not human for me, and it's unrealistic of me to not expect to feel discouraged or to take things personally when people give me feedback. If someone says, for example, flat out, I don't like it, it's ugly, how can you not take that personally? If you don't take it personally, and if it doesn't get to you, it means you don't care enough. So that's very important to remember. But at the end of the day, is how do you get over that? It's okay to feel it, but then how do you get over that and how do you move forward? So we take, I and my team, we take the feedback, we look at it, you know, things that really get to me, they get to me, that's fine. Again, I'm human, I'm not here to deny that. Constructive criticism, we'll realize which is constructive criticism and which is just really someone being hateful,
right.
and someone that really wasn't going to be our customer base anyways. You really have to kind of figure that out and filter it and see, okay, this is the constructive criticism we really need to focus on, and this is the feedback that we really need to work on and improve as a company. So it's important to filter that out. Yes.
Right. It's quality control.
It's quality control. And I didn't realize this right off the bat. I would take every criticism and every feedback as, oh my God, I got to take it personal. But it came to a point where I realized that, you know, you're going to have haters. That's what they're called. You're going to have haters, you're going to have trolls, you're going to have people that don't really wish you success, really don't care for you, and really don't care about seeing you succeed in life. And you're going to have those who truly care and going to reach out and truly give you their personal opinions and their personal feedback because they want to see you succeed. And how do you filter that and ignore the rest?
Right. And I'm in engineering and I do quality within engineering. So I deal with those feedback from customers, which are, you know, people that buy our cars.
Yeah.
And we say, okay, are we meeting customer expectations? And some of the criticism that we get is people are just unhappy. They just don't like it.
Yeah.
So we're meeting our qualifications. We might not be meeting customer expectations, but there's outliers.
Yeah.
Right? So it's hard to differentiate between that. Is this my target market? Or is this someone that's
exactly. And again, that's what I had to kind of figure out for myself. Is this really my targeted audience? Is this my customer? Or is this someone, no matter what you do, they're just never going to be happy and they're just never going to accept you as a brand in their home or in their lives? And you have to, this is very crucial for anyone, especially for a business owner or an entrepreneur that's just starting, because you're giving so much of yourself. It's hard. It's hard to ignore it, and it can eat at you. So you're gonna have to build a thick skin and try your best to just take it as constructive and, you know, move forward from there.
It has a lot to do, right? And it has a lot to do with what you mentioned earlier about it's all about perspective.
Yeah.
It's taking in this feedback and realizing, okay, I can either let it stop me, or I can let it push me forward and want to be a bigger and a better version of myself and my product.
Absolutely. And it's an open discussion, it's an open conversation, especially when you're so connected with your customer base. And if you don't take feedback and if you're not innovative in the way you move forward, how are you going to continue to retain them as customers? You have to take it in. You have to read through it as hard as it can be. And you have to figure out, okay, well, how do we reinvent ourselves? And how do we re-innovate ourselves so that we continue to keep them happy and to give them the products they're looking for so we can continue being successful in what we do?
Right. And I think something that we also talked about in this series is personal branding. So I think a lot of your products has to do with you as a person. People, they trust you, they value your opinion. Anything that you say, this is great, they trust you. They want to take your word for it. So how did you build that personal brand?
Well, you know, I've always been a very open and honest kind of person. I truly value my followers. I call them my Insta family. They're really my extended family, because if you go on my platform, you'll see all the love and the support they send me. So you can't not even think of them as extended friends and family. So in return, I made a commitment to them where I would always be open with them. I would always be honest with them. I would always try my best to encourage them and share with them my journey and give them advice through my trials and tribulations, and share with them my home and my routine and what I do. And, you know, when you connect with your followers, honesty is very important. Especially on a social media platform, it's always easy to just show the beautiful things that's going on in life, but what about the ugly that we deal with every single day? So I make sure I share that with them because I am human and I am just like them. And I think they connect with me on that, and they feel like they can truly I become a credible person in their eyes because I am honest, I'm open, and I try my best to continue to do that as best as I can. And they know that I have their back, and they know that whatever I do and all the hard work I put towards these collections is for them, and I'm doing this for them and for me. So I think that's what really my personal brand is. Honesty, loyalty, love towards them, appreciation, really a passion for what I do. And they see for themselves how much I love this.
Right.
And I think that's why they support me, and this is why they stand by me as we do this. And I always say this is something we're doing together. This is a journey we're on together.
Yes.
We're a family.
And you're very consistent with it too.
You have to be consistent. I mean, you can't be like, I like something one day and the next day you completely change your mind. Well, you lost your credibility there.
Right.
Really, it's really not worth it for you to do that. And again, I always say to them, whatever I design and whatever I put out there, whatever I send in these boxes, whatever I post, if I don't see it in my own home, if I don't see myself living within my own home, you're not getting it, and it's not going to be in the collection. So this is why they see for themselves, like when they're in my home, when I do my cleaning routines on Saturdays, on my stories, when I post pictures, whatever they're buying, they're seeing in my own home too. This is how much I stand behind my brand, how much I love my brand, and I think they appreciate that.
Definitely. And I think it's been such an amazing journey, and I know this is not the end.
Oh, thank you.
So much more to see from you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for helping us inspire other women and other entrepreneurs to take risks, to believe in themselves.
Go for it.
And don't let the haters stop you.
No. I really think, you're always going to have haters no matter what, but you live for yourself. For yourself only. Make sure that you believe in yourself enough to be able to ignore the haters. Make sure that you have drive, and make sure that you're passionate enough, because again, that's the only way to live and succeed through the trials and tribulations that you're going to go through. It's not an easy journey. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of dedication. When you're your own boss, it's not the 9-to-5 job. It's 24/7. Understand that you're going to be exhausted. Understand that you're going to be overwhelmed. And that is okay. That is all part of the process. But the reward from all of your hard work and dedication is just going to be so well worth it at the end. So keep at it. Take that one step.
Don't quit.
Don't quit. Don't quit.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
You can find Farah Merhi on Instagram and Facebook, Inspire Me Home Decor, and you can also find her on QVC. Thank you.